Howdy gamers, Old Gamer Guy here. Welcome to another Stellaris Console Edition video. It is the year 2532 and the war in heaven rages on. The Amari, our allies, are taking back some of our space here in the northern part of the map. Some of the space that the Bavi took from us. And in the last video, part of that effort was to encase Gossamer Prime in an impenetrable shield, which made the planet uninhabitable, unfortunately. But meanwhile, in the southern part of the map, the Scourge are still a problem, and I think in this video I'm going to be moving my fleets down into their space. My idea is to weaken them, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later because it's not exactly going to work out like I thought. But in the meantime, right now I'm going to go ahead and move my fleets down here to take this Scourge station.
Hostile stationary asset engaged. Alert, spaceport engaged.
No problem there, but by the time we were done with that, we had some Scourge fleets closing in, and we could probably defeat any one of them, but combined they would give us a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and move our fleets back to this choke point because I'm a coward like that. Meanwhile, the Imari seem intent on bombarding Abdrade and taking over the Abdrade system. It looked like they might get intercepted by the Scourge right here. But the Amari managed to get on out of the system. The Scourge is kind of slow, I notice. We are definitely faster than they are, and it appears the Amari are fast enough as well to get away. In other news, scum and villainy have appeared on Aroma, so I will build some sentinel posts there to take care of that. But meanwhile, the Scourge fleets have kind of moved away. So I'm going to start attacking a few more of their stations while they are out of the area. On the way, we ran into a Scourge construction ship, so that was a good small target of opportunity. And then we moved on to this system, and there's a good close-up of the Scourge station right there. So we have taken some of the Scourge space, but I'm not sure how much this is weakening them because they don't appear to be building any mining stations. So I don't know what they use to build their ships, but you can see when you take their space, it just reverts to blank space. So I'm not sure how much this is weakening them. But in the meantime, their fleets have moved back up into the area, and one of them is approaching Abdrade. The Amari fleet won that battle, but it seems like they are reluctant to leave this system until they capture Abdrade Prime, so I'm going to have to do something about that. But in the meantime, the virus of the Deviant network has been terminated on Aroma, so that's good. But yeah, the Amari seem very intent on capturing Abdrade Prime and thoroughly wiping the Kelzin out of existence. And they've been bombarding Abdrade Prime for a long time, and there are no defensive armies there anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and bring our transport fleets down to this choke point where they can wait for an opportune moment to attack. But in the meantime, in the overall picture of the war in heaven, our war exhaustion gap has closed to around 10%. At one point we were down by about 15%, so things are looking a little better. Finally, our transport fleets got into position, and I sent them to attack Abdrade Prime. But there were some Scourge fleets in the area, and so I immediately chickened out and sent them on back to this choke point to wait. Our Unity generation has improved, and our supply of Unity has improved, so I am renewing a bunch of edicts. Our energy credit production, our mineral production, all of that will help us in our war effort. But I've got a lot of Unity and some influence and even other resources to spend. So I'm going to do something that will decrease our use of consumer goods and give us even more minerals. So that's 2 boosts to our mineral production, a boost to our influence. But wait, I'm not done yet, because we have extra of just about everything. So now our energy weapon damage has been increased, our ship armor has been increased, and those things will certainly help in any battles. Our shield hit points have been increased. So certain edicts can really help toward the end of a game. But finally, it looked like we might have a good moment to send our transports to Abdrade Prime. So I sent them on their way once again. Meanwhile, our deal to import exotic gases has once again run out. I don't know why I keep showing this. This is a very mundane sort of a deal, but I guess I like the way that alien looks or something. But finally, our transports have arrived in Abdrade Prime, and I'm hoping once they capture this system that this Imari fleet will finally move on and do something else, because this is one of their larger fleets. And
Planetary pacification protocols.
They've just been hanging out down here, but oh, sad news. Our old allies, the Kelzin, have been wiped out of the game completely. Very sad. The Thai Kingdom has become more xenophilic. Xenophilic? I don't know. But never mind that, because there is now scum and villainy on Abdrade Prime. Because, of course, there is. There always is. But in the meantime, the Imari have taken this system, so they actually did move on from Abdrade and do something. And our war exhaustion gap has closed to 5% now, so things are looking up. I decided to go ahead and reinforce our fleets while we have a moment. One of my fleets doesn't need any upgrades, but one of them can be upgraded, so we're going to get started on that. Meanwhile, the Imari have been doing some things, good things and bad things on the other side of the galaxy. They just lost a fleet, so that's not really great. But our ship augmentations, our upgrades have been completed. And so I've noticed that during all this time, our fleet capacity has gone up by quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and add back destroyers and cruisers and battleships and Titans to both of my fleets.
Alert. Mining station deconstructed.
Meanwhile, the Imari Colossus has been on the move, and they have just encased another planet in an impenetrable shield. I kind of wish they would hold off on that, but never mind that, because order has been restored on Aroma. Our sentinel posts are doing something, but hold everything again, because the Imari Colossus has flown all the way down here through a wormhole, presumably, and they have encased another planet in an impenetrable shield. Meanwhile, our fleets have been reinforced, except for their Titans. We're still waiting on the Titans, but I decided to go ahead and have them fly and begin invading some more space of the Pretheran Scourge. So I flew them to this choke point. I did not detect any enemy fleets. So we are going to go ahead and attack this system.
Hostile stationary asset engaged. Alert. Spaceport engaged.
We didn't detect any enemy ships for a while, so I went on taking over some of their space. And then, just to be cautious, I moved back up this way. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I was cautious, because enemy fleets began approaching once more.
Construction complete.
And once again, it looks like a combination of fleets that we could beat individually, but maybe not all together. But I gambled a little bit and decided to push a little bit farther and take one more system, hoping that we would not get ambushed by Scourge fleets on the way back to our choke point, our home choke point. So at this point, I think we're going to turn around and head back towards Ijajan. We have
Alert. Hostile fleet assets detected.
each fleet has a Titan incoming for reinforcements, and I think I'll probably go ahead and reinforce the fleet some more, add more destroyers and cruisers and battleships and all that as well. But for now, we are going to retreat. We have knocked the Scourge back a little bit. I'm not sure how much it weakens them technically. I thought we might get caught here for a second, but once again, our superior speed allows us
Alert. Hostile fleet assets detected.
to skate on by the Scourge. And we'll go back to our home choke point base and we'll reinforce,
Alert.
add
Station
some
engaged.
ships. And I think we're going to push down into Scourge space some more in the next video. But for now, I think this is a good spot to end this video. We are now winning the war in terms of war exhaustion. So we have completely turned that around. We are winning the war in heaven for the moment anyway. But for now, we're going to hold off here. We'll pick it up right here next time. As always, thanks for watching.